We're doing a video on the hit piece that came for the fandom menace and the ramifications and what we are seeing now. If you don't like this topic, well, this won't be for you. If you like it, trust me, I will be talking a lot of small details that you may like. Hello everyone, this is Geek Tropology, and today I'm doing a video about, well, the hit piece on the fandom menace, what came after, what came before. You know, the hit that Caitlyn Kennedy had with her video being downvoted to hell on the Oscars, with a shareholder asking for her firing on a call. This is things that don't go lightly in a company. If a shareholder tells you that you need to fire an employee, that's something big. Yeah, the shareholder might only have a share, but it is still something terrible to happen to you in front of everyone. So, Caitlyn Kennedy was embarrassed by her own doing, but she was destroyed on the Oscars, on the Oscar YouTube channel. And then she was dragged to the mud by shareholders. That is something really, really hard to take. When her name started to roll out on Google a lot, because this went, trust me, when a lot of companies, financial companies, talk about Caitlyn Kennedy and you search Caitlyn Kennedy and what you get is the fandom menace, that's worrisome for them. And that happened. The fandom menace was exploding in search popularity. You can see it quite clearly. Caitlyn Kennedy took people to the unwanted channels. Then comes this hit piece against the unwanted channels, particularly channels that had spoken about the Gina Carano situation before. Neurotic, Geeks and Gamers, Hill versus Babyface. Dimple, you want to know what's the relationship between what they all have spoken? They all have spoken about the Gina Carano situation that was also brought to light on the investors' call. That is terrible. That is incredibly terrible. So what you do when you have people that are talking against you? You take away their credibility. How? Well, you might use truth. They cannot. They have only lies. So what do they use now? Framing devices. Go watch the video again and see how they skip beats. And that should be a no-no in any editor. Even an amateur editor should try to avoid those errors. But the video was not edited by an amateur. It was edited by someone big. Why? It has something that is called an emotional trigger. When I'm talking to a judge appealing for my client's defense, and I go, "You see, Your Honor, he's just a kid, a good kid. And whatever comes next will destroy his life, so..." Why don't we give him a break? Those two small, well, big pauses actually, were intentional. When you are talking something and you interrupt, the brain will trigger back to what you were saying and will pay extra attention when you are to talk again, so it can follow what you were saying. It is an attention trigger. Then, after the attention trigger, you get to the emotional part. That's when it becomes an emotional trigger. It grabs your attention, it gives you an emotional argument. That is something that you learn not in business school. It is not something that you learn when you study marketing. That's something you learn when you do guerrilla marketing. Something that Disney does a lot. Why do they like the 501, the Rebels, the Mandalorians, the fan clubs around? Why? Because these people will bring them money. When you go to a hospital and you do charitable work and the news come, they film everything. They won't speak in favor of the 501st. They will be talking in favor of Disney. That is guerrilla marketing, using another people that is doing whatever they are doing to promote your product. In this case, doing cosplay and doing charitable work is a way to promote Disney's brand. And you will see how, if you study how the Legions did everything before and how they do it now, you will understand the trick there. Also, it is bullshit that you cannot take photos of yourself in your cosplay because it's qualified. Go fuck yourself. That's a gripe with the Legions that I have. Anyway, outside of that, then you have other framing devices like call to action. A call to action is a tool that you use to make people go to whatever you want them to do. So, for example, you want them to fill a form. You can set a big red button. No joke there, big red button. That will make them more interested on the form. If the form was only the input fields, it will be boring and people will skip it. Then you want to, and this is something that I have done in, I won't say the name of the company, but I did this for a food company. They sell spices in my country. It is the biggest spice company in my country. No, the spice like in Star Wars, you won't get high. Maybe with salvia, but once I had to sell the same pepper twice. The same exact amount of pepper, same amount of material in the packaging, everything. But there was this just a small print that made them different. So we needed to get 10 cents from the newer version that had a little bit changed on the package. We sold both of them side by side. One with a better frame, better colors on the image, a bit of shadowing on the frame so it looks more enticing, the font a bit bolder. Guess which one of those peppers sold out? The Pricer one. Why? Because the amount of effort we set up to show you the Pricer one worked out. That is how this works. So let's say if I want you to go away from media that is giving you the wrong information and go to the official sources like the StarWars.com site, well, I will entice you with my site, pondering it, making everyone talk about it in a favorable manner, and then, if someone is speaking ill, I will reduce their spotlight. If I cannot shine the spotlight on me, I will make sure that they don't get the spotlight. So you get a hit piece, where you get strategically set up pauses on the video, strategically ill-cuted wording so it feels out of place, so you pay more attention. There's a lot of that in that video. And the use of Ryan Kinnell as the small kid that got radicalized. And no, he's evil. He's not evil, he's an asshole. But he's awesome. So who cares? Yeah, we know he's an ass. What the shit, man? He's great. He tries to do good with the community. That doesn't matter if they have already framed him as the evil radicalized kid. Again, is a way of framing. And this is so you lose trust in them. And also to make a connection. And why did they make the connection with Dimple and such? Because of Gina Carano. Because of what they have said with Gina Carano. And no, they are coming for Bill Barr. And Bill Barr pulls it out. He didn't say anything. And when you tiptoe through the tulips, well, these tulips are poisonous. They will trip you over and kill you. So you don't tiptoe through the tulips. You trample through the tulips. You get them smashed. It's that easy. You either go all the way like Gina Carano did, or you suffer the consequences of being a pussy. Bill Barr is doing that, and his wife is receiving a lot of hate because he puts it out. If he had put it out, he had manned up. Sorry. Trust me, the backlash will be against him, and there will be a bit against his wife. But then the hatred will be against him. It's only about him existing right now. So pushing out put a target on everyone around him instead on only him. Now, what are we going to do? Well, we can only say the truth, and this is why I'm doing this video, because I'm afraid that this is not being talked about, the techniques, the timings, the way it has been done is not being talked about enough. If anyone finds this, they can say, well, this guy is an asshole. Okay, you ask me, I will send you every single bit of my portfolio, my curriculum, everything. You can see what I have done. And after seeing that, please tell me if I don't know what I'm talking about. This is what I do. This is what I do for a living. And I'm seeing a guerrilla tactic being used in this. And I see what they are trying to do. They are trying to get them all into a single bundle, good or bad. It doesn't matter. They are all in the same bundle, and they are worth hating. Is that simple? Is that easy? Is that quick? And yes, every single bit of this is made through troll accounts, through troll farms. something else that I have done for politicians, and this is political marketing tactics. It is what it is. Let's say how it is. We are facing a company that wants us gone or saying the right thing. So, I was trying to avoid Disney. I was trying to avoid them. I was trying to stay away from the fuckers. Because I don't want to make my channel about all bad all the time. I want to talk about good things like the IT Crowd or Stargate that I will be reviewing Thursday. But if they are going to come with this, and we have seen what happened to Bill Barr for Pussing Out, even staying away for your own sanity is no longer an option. This is a call to myself and to everyone. Speak out. It is no longer about giving them press or not. It is no longer about that. I won't be covering whatever they sell, but I will be covering whatever they do wrong. Why? Because what they are selling is based on what they are doing wrong. And it's failing. And because of their failure, they are trying to take someone else down, and I won't allow that. I have taken a full week to think about this. My channel is back to insulting them. Why? Because they deserve it. There's no running from them. Okay? Let's tackle them head on.